Welcome, my peace, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It would be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peace, my peoples. So let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 10, episode 11. Tea of the essence. Yes, it was tea. Will got tea spilled all over him. So now we see why that Kenya would not want her husband to be on this show. I wouldn't want him to be on the show either. If you see what's going on with Married to Medicine with Curtis and Simone, then you see Dr. G and Quad. Like, no, like reality TV kind of mess up your relationship. But Will got caught out there. He got caught slipping. He got caught slacking. Like, he thought he wasn't gonna get caught out there. He thought that nobody knew he had a girlfriend 2 months ago. And then he gonna get on TV and parade around like it ain't nothing. And he was upset with, Cynthia a couple of episodes ago, or he was voicing his concern at the ice cream shop because he's getting hit up from the blogs and all this other stuff, his closest friend. So when he was talking about that, I believe that woman that he was supposed to be dating at the time that Eva seen Will was the woman that was talking about, I hear you blowing up in the blogs, this woman named Cynthia. So I think Will was out here playing around, but he actually wasn't in a committed relationship with Cynthia. And Cynthia didn't actually ask him any questions about him being in a relationship, I don't believe, until tonight. So usually if you don't ask, you don't want to know, because usually when you're talking to somebody, you're getting to know them, you ask them, are you dating? You got kids? Have you been married before? Do you have any STDs? Have you been involved in same-sex type of situations? You ask them because you want to know what's going on with them. Because right off the back, why waste your time? Like, you got a girl, then peace. You've been doing this, peace. so anyways, I was just like, whoa, Will got caught out there, lovely. And it was just like mad embarrassing for him and mad embarrassing for Cynthia. And at some point you could see that it was friends caring, but another point, this was just good camera time. Like, they all wanted to be in the scene. Like, guys, I want you guys to pay attention to the slideshow. Everywhere Kim goes, Croy goes. He follows her everywhere. What is he, a bodyguard? What is he gonna do? Smack another female, hit another female if someone gets in bind with his wife? So, anyways, let's get started. So we got Portia. She's at her house. She's chilling with her chef. Her and the chef. Her chef was looking at her like kind of flirty. Like, her chef was all in more and all in all at Portia, looking up to her as Portia chopping the onions. I was like, okay. And then we got the scallywag, the lock lizard. She shows up, none other than Kim. She shows up with her wigs. So she shows up, and basically, we find out that she's a vegetarian, and she's happy to chill with Portia because Portia's a vegan, but she can't do vegan and all this other stuff. And so basically, Portia catch Kim up on what went down, in Texas, Houston, Texas, whatever. And she tells her how, Shamia was very offended by Kenya. Kenya did this, Kenya did that. We all know what Kenya did last episode. Kenya didn't care what was going on last episode. She just said she didn't like none of these bitches. She didn't care for none of them, and they all stupid, and she don't like them. And that's why her husband don't want to meet them, because they're all mean to her. So so Kenya was on her thing, but they were saying that Kenya was upset because she's being pressured to show her husband. She also had to pay a $25,000 fee for not filming with Will, or not having Will show up to not having Will on the show. It really makes no sense unless when she signed her new contract, they made some type of deal where Will has to film with her, or unless in her contract it says that if you involved in any type of big scandal, big activity, we need to be filming. So anyways, so Portia is telling her what was going on. Kim is calling Kenya evil, calling her, oh, she ain't got no kids, she ain't got no man, she got a fake husband, she got this and that, all this other stuff. Kim, you wrong for that, because you know why? There's some women that can't have children, and also there's some women want to wait until they actually find the right one. They just don't want to pop it out. And then also, women are just not made to just pop out babies. We're made for we have other things that we can do, because everybody can't procreate, you know what I mean? So anyways, Kim is dissing, Kenya, calling her names, talking about her marriage is fake, it ain't real, and all that other stuff. And she was like, she ain't got no man, she ain't got no kids, and she's tired of talking about her fake husband and all this other stuff. Kim is really going in. Like, Kim doesn't have a storyline. She has nothing going on. Only thing that Kim has going on is coming into the circle and hearing gossip about somebody or talking about somebody, which is mainly, either Kenya, Nene, but she was trying to be cool with Nene or Cynthia, and basically harboring off of that. Like, she don't have anything going on. Croy is chasing her around. You don't have any single scenes with Kim doing anything else but coming in and starting trouble. I don't know why you ladies even bother filming with her, especially Candy. I'm disappointed that you invited Kim to your Essence release party. She didn't need to come. She ain't your friend. She stole money and she's a liar. But when you invited her to the Essence party, that was after she spread these rumors about you wanted to go down on her and begging to eat that nasty rotten bologna. So anyways, moving on. So then we have, Candy meets up with Carmen and she meets up with Don Juan. Basically, they're trying to get the venue together to get ready for the release party of the magazine and all that other good stuff. And basically, Don Juan is being real. He was like, so, what went down? And so what did Don Juan say? He was saying something um, about, what went down with, like he's not inviting, Portia, and unless you tell him to invite Portia, he would invite her, but she's gonna be on your guest list. And then he also goes, did you ever have that conversation with Portia to let her know that you guys ain't gonna never try to be friends again? It's never gonna be like it was before. It's just going to be separate, like it's gonna be cordial, because Don Juan was concerned about that, because he was like, we don't want her running up to you and hugging you. And that's exactly what that's exactly what Portia did. She went up and she hugged Candy, but Candy kind of didn't hug her back. And then Portia also kissed Mama Joyce too as well and hugged her. I was like, oh shit, Mama Joyce hugged Portia. I guess they were just feeling good. And so so then anyways, so Don Juan wanted to make sure, like, yo, so you have your guards up, we protect you around here basically. And so Candy was like, yeah, you know what, invite her. I want her to see the glow up. I want her to see me blow up. I want her to see what it is to be, whatever. I like Candy. I like her attitude, but I do like Candy, but she do have her faults. Like all the ladies on this show have their faults, and I find something that I do like about them. Sometimes I find something I dislike about them, but there's absolutely nothing I like about Kim. I absolutely dislike her and don't like nothing about her, because to me, she's a low down, dirty scallywag lizard. So, anyways, moving on from that. So basically, they're having that conversation, and she was talking about, and so then we get, Shamia, and so Candy lets Don Juan know that Shamia and Portia are kind of cool again. They're kind of like hanging around or whatever, blasting in the third. But it's whatever. Like, it's no sweater for Candy's back. But Don Juan ain't really feeling like Shamia should be riding over there with Portia, because Portia done dissed Shamia, like, rode her through the dirt and didn't want to be friends with her, if anything. They need to be having that conversation, but they already did have the conversation, and they made up, and they're friends again. So we get on to, what's her name? Kenya. She gets together and she's with her cousin. It was nice to meet her cousin. Her cousin's beautiful too as well. And basically she's buying a present for but before then we got Will, and we have what's her name? Cynthia. We have Will and Cynthia. Basically, they're making, sushi. But before then, Cynthia calls her sister and talked to Mallory on the phone. Basically, Mallory was like, so what's going on with you and him? I see like you really like him. You bringing him to your house. So are you guys dating? Is he dating? Does he have somebody else? She was like, oh, well, we haven't even talked about them questions. We haven't even talked about that. So from my point of view, if Cynthia would have asked him, she would have known. But I don't know why Will felt the need to lie at, Candy's release party and say that he has been single for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, so Will was running some game, or he really didn't consider that woman as his girlfriend, and he was fronting like she was his girlfriend because he was around Eva and the mayor. And sometimes people like to look like they're in a loving relationship, because it looks better. So one of the reasons why, I feel, not that I feel, but, Eva is marrying, Michael, he's running for mayor, and he's also a big time lawyer. And, he's also the lawyer that is defending, what's her name's ex-husband. But anyways, so with that situation, um, him being a married mayor is better than being a single mayor, so it looks good for it. So Will could have just been finessing and trying to look good or whatever, fake it till you make it. So but anyways, so Cynthia didn't even have that conversation with Will whether she was dating somebody else, whether he was dating somebody else, because I remember when Cynthia was on the boat with Candy and Todd, she said that she got some, but it wasn't from him. And that was around the time that she started to get to know, Will. So they wasn't in a relationship, they were just getting to know each other. But you know what, if I'm getting to know you and I'm talking to you and we're attracted to each other, well, I want to know some information. But she should have asked him, but she didn't. So anyways, they're making sushi or whatever, and then she asks Will about like the dating situation. He says he's not dating anybody, he's not with anybody, and he's single, and he wants to get to know Cynthia and be with Cynthia, and he's also looking for a serious relationship. He wants to have his next relationship, the next chapter in his life, be with someone serious, someone to build a family with, basically. I know Cynthia was like, my daughter's grown now, baby. So on that note, so he says that, and then Cynthia said that she's on a dating website, whatever, and she's not too sure whether she wants to be in a relationship. She wants to take time. She don't want to run into something really fast, because she said she was going to give herself a year after divorcing from Peter. But if that's the case, then why are you crying, Cynthia? But because it hurt. But I guess it was a false type of security to say, okay, I am online with somebody, I'm meeting somebody online, or I'm trying to look for something else. You're not the only egg in my basket, when that was not really true, because she wanted him to be her whole egg. But apparently he got some eggs hashed and stashed somewhere else. And so then, he says, so when you're ready, you let me know. You let me know when you're ready, when you sow your oats and all that other stuff, and you get all that out your system, let me know, because that's what I want. He was like, I want you to have fun and enjoy yourself and experience all that before you get with me, because I don't want to be hurt again. And look, he was playing that real lovely. And look, the next episode, Cynthia's going to be crying because she feels hurt because he lied to her. And now she's embarrassed too. I know Peter is like, damn, Cynthia can't catch a break. So I was just like, damn. So anyways, Will says all that to her, but it doesn't seem like it was genuine. When I was listening to Will talk, I was like, oh my God, he belongs on All My Children. He belongs on one of the soap operas. He has a nice voice, or he need to be a narrator. So I see why he wants to get into acting. I see why he wants to get on TV, because it's actually something that I think suits him as well. So he done messed up. And anyways, the sushi came out bad. Cynthia had some other sushi. She realized she don't like sushi, period. And then Will kissed her, and she's feeling that Will ain't doing up but finessing Cynthia. But Cynthia's beautiful. I guess she's a beautiful woman for him to be finessing, but I don't think he doesn't look like he's that into her as she is. And when Cynthia said, I trust you, even though my friends told me not to, you don't automatically tell somebody you don't know that well that I trust you, okay? But like, you know what? I like you. I'm getting to know you, but you don't be like, I trust you, because then that leaves the door open for them to kind of play games and manipulate you. That could be with anybody, man or woman. So sometimes you have to hold things close to you before you open up and tell that person, because you might be giving them an opportunity to do something wrong, or they think that you're all over them, that maybe they can get away with this, or maybe they can do that. But sometimes some things are best left unsaid. So anyways, so moving on from that, and I see Will had his cell phone out. He said he leaves his cell phone in the car when he goes on a date. But he was at Cynthia's house. He had a cell phone, but he was looking up, I guess, the recipe for how to make sushi or whatever. So anyways, it is what it is. And so, but they both agree that they like each other and they would like to date each other in the future. So it is what it is. He said he wants to be focused on Cynthia, and he wants Cynthia to be focused on him. So, but damn, he's going to, really hurt Cynthia. Cynthia was crying, and then to have Kim there laughing, to have people that really don't care for Cynthia there thinking like, this is what you get, girl. Like, that sucks. That sucks. when you are actually giving your enemies, ammunition, that really does suck. So, anyways, from that, we move on to Eva, and she's with Nene, so we get introduced to Eva. She was on American Next Top Model. Basically, lately she's been in the blogs with Kevin McCall, back and forth. He's saying that she does voodoo. She's evil. He denounced his daughter. Now she's denounced. Now 2 days ago, Eva denounced him for being her daughter's father and saying that her new guy, the lawyer guy, Michael, is her daughter's father now. And so we get, Eva saying that, what, I'm into, but Nene, she kind of like shaded her or what, when Nene said to Eva, like, yo, has Michael ever dated a girl like you? And I don't know if she was trying to say, has he ever dated a girl that was a model like you, or has he ever dated a black girl like you, or African American woman? And she was like, no, he ain't never had no woman like me, because you know what, I heal myself. I use herbs and stuff. When I got a headache, I go get some garlic and I go bury it in the backyard. So that kind of gives, Kevin McCall claims some validity, but there are people that use ancient ways to heal themselves still to today because they don't believe in using any type of medicine. So I just want to know, when Nene asked her that, was she saying that Michael has never dated a black girl, and maybe that's why he's dating her to be mayor of Atlanta? But we know he didn't win the race of Atlanta, right? Somebody else did. So anyways, moving on from that. And so basically Nene's gonna invite Eva to what's her name, Candy's Essence release party or whatever. And it was funny on the way to the Essence party how Nene was kind of shading, Candy, talking about, I was on Ebony. I was on Ebony, baby. And they even showed the pictures. Like, sometimes, Nene, you can be too self-effing absorbed. But I need you to get Kim together. That's what you need to do. I need somebody to get her together. So, and then in the same token, and Eva was like, well, when I first started modeling, I was on Essence. Like they're trying to act like it's not a big deal. It's a big deal for Candy. So was that shade or was that not? Or they was just having a conversation. And so and so we get Kenya. She's buying a present for a birthday present for her husband Mark, and she was like, I'm here to shop for an exercise machine for my husband. She liked to say that word, my husband. So she got her husband this exercise equipment, cost $6,000, same type of money that they were saying that Cynthia owes on a tax lien. Kenya owes on a tax lien. Kenya got the money, and she even got Mark's credit cards too, because he paid them up, because he paid all his bills before he got married to Kenya, because I think it's in the second or the first review episode of the season. So anyways, she's feeling some type of way because she wants to get married, she wants to have kids, and she doesn't know if she's going to be able to handle it. How is it going to work? Because Mark is kind of, he's a alpha male, and he's probably not gonna want to have a nanny and all sorts of stuff. And I got the dogs, I'm gonna have the kids, and she's happy at the same time but nervous at the same damn time too as well. And almost the way the camera has her looking, almost the way the camera is like on her, and she's talking about the situation, even though like it's something like she is saying it out loud, but it's something she probably thinks about, and she just probably voiced it, where it kind of makes her look like, oh, she's going way too far. But why wouldn't she go way too far if that's her husband and she wants to have kids? And we know that this summer Kenya went to go to a fertility doctor overseas in another country somewhere. So but it just seems like she's worried about the situation. She's happy and she's nervous at the same damn time, because this is something new. This is something brand new. She ain't never been married before, and she's doing this all on TV with haters. And she seems a lot more happy. She seems a lot more calm from last episode. So I guess and she's also talking about Mark getting used to Atlanta, and she getting used to New York too as well. But she's hoping that he'll spend more time at the crib because she's buying this exercise machine and he'll stay around. So basically they have to find some way to move in together, live together, and that's what she wants. And so now we get on to Candy's party. Candy's party's chilling, is bumping. She got everybody there, all the celebrities, not all the celebrities, the ones that you see in the slideshows are the ones that I was able to put in there that I recognize. But everybody comes, everybody showed up, even Kim with Croy. Croy's, he's like her shadow, like damn. Everybody's there. Don Juan's kind of shading Portia. He's not feeling Portia at all. And he was like, oh, he's talking to the people that are working at the desk, let Portia in because she's Candy's guest. He doesn't greet her, nor does Carmen greet her. She greets everybody. They greet everybody else but her. Then Don Juan calls, what's her name, Shamia, phony because she walked by him and she acted like she didn't see him, because he's basically calling her out. Now you up Portia's ass. Like, why you up her ass now? Why you feeling on her ass now? And so he's basically calling out, but everybody's there. And so, anyways, even Mama Joyce was there. I don't know if that man that man that was there next to Mama Joyce, I don't know if that's her date. Her date kind of cute. So, anyways, everybody looked nice. Everybody looked beautiful. Everybody was dressed nice. Everybody looked well. Candy looked beautiful. Eva looked beautiful. Cynthia looked beautiful. Kim looked like a mess. She looked like trash. Sheree, she looked like she was down with Kim's team. Even, what's her name? Portia, she looked nice. She looks nice. She looked nice as well. Kenya Moore, of course, always looks gorgeous. She knows how to dress. I guess everybody looked nice. So anyways, we get, what's her name, Portia, hugging up on, Candy and all this other stuff. But anyways, this is when Eva tells, Nene Leakes in the car that, hey, listen, that dude will, because, basically Nene brings it up that, everybody's going to be there booed up in their days. Basically a good way to bust Cynthia balloon. And Nene wants to bust her balloon because Cynthia has been running behind Kenya. So it is what it is with that situation. That's how I feel. That her and Eva got, this was just Nene knows reality TV. So anyways, they start to talk or whatever about everybody being booed up, and Eva she had her man there, and Greg is sitting up driving the ladies like he's driving Miss Daisy in his nice suit. Greg looked good too. Even Uncle Ben, he looked good too. Peter looked good too as well. So even Todd looked good too. Croy looked like shit. And so that's when they let the story go. Eva goes, I met Will and his girlfriend. He talked about him and his daughter, and she's a part of this and that or whatever. She's a part of his life, and they've been dating. So Nene can't wait to get in the house and tell everybody. Nene greets everybody, and then she pulls Candy, and she has Carmen to the side, Eva and Kenya, and what's her name, Marlo looked nice too as well, but she didn't, I don't know, I think the color was too dark, or the lighting was too dark for me to really tell her how she looked. But Marlo, always looks nice. It's not even a question. She's glam squad. So anyways, so Nene just busts out and just says everybody, like, why Nene didn't go over to the corner, bring Eva to the corner and talk to Cynthia alone and talk to Cynthia about the situation. All the girls was involved. Everybody was involved. Cynthia even, talked to, Kenya, was like, but I haven't seen Kenya since she put all that exhaust in my face and she burnt rubber on me. So like, and Mark is there. Mark ends up seeing Eva. When he saw Eva, he should have grabbed Cynthia to the side and said, hey, listen, she's going to say this, but I really wasn't dating this girl or whatever. It wasn't like that. I didn't tell you that because, I didn't want to mess things up. Anything. He could have told her something so Cynthia wouldn't feel ambushed immediately, because he should have known that these women were going to talk. That's a storyline. You want to be on TV, baby. This was a storyline blowing you up at Candy event was all right, but we needed drama there too. That's why Candy and Todd was down for the drama. So, but even before we get to the drama, we got to get Todd. Todd got on stage and he was like, my all you people in here, my wife has had problems with all you people, some of you people in here and this and that, but you're still here today because no matter what, she forgives. She has a forgiving heart, and she's a nice person. She's a good person. Blah blah blah. That's why you're here today, and this and that. And then Kim is getting upset, but she fake cried, and so so then that's when Candy get on stage. She goes, all the people that hated on me, all the people that brought me through stuff and tried to tear me down, but she ain't saying in them words, it helped me rise above, so thank you. She's like, I love all the people in here, and I've been through some, I've been down with some of yous, I've been through some trials with some of yous. She used some type of word that, and but it helped me fly above. It helped me rise and go to higher sorts. So basically, they were throwing, Candy and Ty were both throwing shade to the audience all the cast members and the rest of the mother freakers that was in there. So anyways, now we get to the argument. So now we get, the story has been told. Kenya Moore wants to run and she wants to grab Cynthia and tell her. Nene was like, no, I want to tell her. That was my plan. The whole plan was for me to go tell her. Nene's like, who do you think you are? Kenya, you ain't the bone carrier. So everybody wants to break this story to Cynthia because this is good camera time. People are going to talk about this part of this show. Is going to be, it. And plus, but did it seem like anybody genuinely cared about Cynthia in that moment? It didn't seem like it. It seemed like it was just a moment that we got something juicy and it's gonna blow up. I don't see anybody caring for her in that moment. Well, you can say that Nene cared for her because they've been knowing each other, but they haven't been as tight. And Nene's jealous of Cynthia and Kenya Moore relationship, and then the way Kenya Moore treated Cynthia like she was a nobody when she was going through something. Now all of a sudden she want to hear what Cynthia got. She wants to be the bearer of bad news. You know what I mean? And then the way Nene told, all the ladies right there, everybody there, and there was no privacy, there was no not anybody that in a feet away or ear step away could hear everything that they were saying. So it didn't seem like anybody genuinely had Cynthia's back, really. Maybe I'm wrong, but it didn't seem like it to me. So anyways, moving on from that. So they tell the story or whatever, and so then Cynthia, she goes up to Will. She asks Will what was going on, But first, Kenya goes up to Will and say, "Hey, Will, listen. Eva says that you had. Did you talk to Eva tonight?" He was like, "Yeah, I said hello to her." Well, she's saying that when she met you with her boyfriend, Michael, that you had a girlfriend. You introduced him as your girlfriend, and this was he was like, "So how long ago was this?" Eva says it was like 2 to 3 months ago, and he was like, "Was it 4?" And then Eva was like, "It was 4 months ago." 2 to 3 months ago, and he was like, "No, that could have been 4 months ago." He was like, "See, I'm not really good on the time stop." So now he knew he was caught in a lie. He knew he was lying. Whether it was 2 or 3 months ago, that's the time that he did meet Cynthia and was talking to Cynthia from their timeline, from their perspective. I don't know if Will's gonna come back with a whole chart, but then earlier he told Cynthia he has been single for 2 years. So regardless of anything, whether it was a 4-month period, whether it's a 2-month period, or 3-month period, he said he's been single for 2 years. So if you haven't been single for 2 years, why even say that you was? Or unless he was preferring that I haven't been in a relationship, I was just hitting it, I was just messing around with somebody. But he introduced this woman to Eva and Michael as his girlfriend and saying that she has parts of, his daughter's life. So now it looks bad. And so now they're confronting him. And then he's like, he's like a deer in headlights. Because he's lied, and then he calls Eva over, which was a wrong mistake. And she was like, "Yes, I did say, and yes, I did. When I met you with, your girlfriend. You introduced her as your girlfriend, whatever. I don't know." He was like, "Do you know what happened between the time you see me and to now that happened in my life?" She was like, "No, hell no, I don't know." She was like, "I don't even know you." And she was like, "And first of all, I don't even like the way that you was on Instagram portraying like me and you were down, like you down with me and Michael, like we friends, like we know each other. I don't know you." He was like, "Oh, this is what I get for supporting you and Michael, and his campaign and whatever." She was like, "What do you mean support? Did you give any money?" Well, support is when you give money, but also showing up too. Numbers really don't matter unless it's online, but numbers, like if you're having a rally and people are, donating to your campaign, is one thing. And so she was like, "I don't like the front, and I don't like you lying." Like, so basically it just seems like Will is a total liar and no one has his back, and everybody's looking in shock and disgust and pity for Cynthia. And Cynthia done took off her shoes. She don't know what to do. You know what she needed? She needed Mallory there. She needed somebody that really had her back there. That, but you can kind of say Kenya possibly had her back because she stopped Will. But I think at that time and point, Kenya should have moved out the way and, let Will address Cynthia. But we know Cynthia is not good at interrogating and finding out information. So maybe we can say Kenya has Cynthia back like 4%. But, she wanted to, but Kenya tried to run and tell, Cynthia what was going on after she heard the story right away. But, and she was like, trying to hurry up and tell her, like, run her in the bathroom, like, take your mic off or something, let her know, because Cynthia is completely utter embarrassed, and Peter was just in the room too, you know what I mean? Like, and I know Will felt some type of way. His spot done got blown up and everything. And then on top of that, he done met Cynthia's husband. Cynthia's ex-husband's in the same damn room at the same damn time. So anyways, they call Will out on being lied. They call Will out on being fugazi, being faulty. And, you know, at that moment, he's not going to own up in front of everybody. What he said to Eva was like, you know what? By you bringing this attention and by you saying what you're saying, it's kind of like messed up my perfect relationship with Cynthia, your perfect lying, your perfect fugazi relationship. So he goes, so I'm going to have to try something new, do something different, try a better approach, what to get to that money to get on TV. So what you're going to have to, now you got to find a new angle. And so he was like, whatever you do is going to make me a better person. Cynthia feels some type of way about it, but she was just like, yo, thank you for telling me, I want to know, to Eva. But you could tell that she didn't want to know like this. She probably wanted to know on a more private sector, a private level. I don't believe Cynthia and Will are still dating today. So Will is about to leave. He gets stopped by, you know, Sheree and, you know, Kim. Kim is being noisy. Croy's laughing. Everybody's laughing and looking. Everybody's on. Greg is just like, boy, this boy done got himself in a deal. I'm glad it ain't me. So anyways, damn. Like, this shit is embarrassing for Will. Will is completely utter embarrassed, but he also put on his acting gear and acting under pressure. But he was kind of getting loud with, you know, Eva, because she was calling him out. And so that's when Nene jumped in and was like, hey, you don't got to be getting loud with a woman. He goes, you know what, I don't. He was trying to, but he got fluttered with his acting skills. He needs to go back to the playbook and get it back together. And he should have just been like, yo, you know what? That woman you saw me with, I was just trying to get into her pants. So I was making it feel like she was somebody. I don't know. But he was caught. Because even if he would have said that, he lied to Cynthia and said he's been single for 2 years. But he can also say, oh, I've been single for 2 years, but, you know, I've been getting my couch wet. I've been getting my stick wet or whatever with casual encounters. I don't know. So anyways, I think that's it. Peace. I'm out. One love.